All right. So what mistakes uh, in her understanding Vishal she had? Okay. So Vishal.
It's I think for the development phase is
Mm-hmm.
like you there's a everyday meeting, you know, and answering like question and answers. It's not like if it's required they has to do a meeting. I think it's an everyday meeting where they like if anything changes, he answers back and forth with the stakeholders and the developers. And then the UAT is there's no requirements and stuff like that because the UAT is the last testing before you deploying the product. So it's the UAT testings is with stakeholders and representatives. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's where she missed. For rest, she was okay.
Okay. So you got that, Amadu?
Oh yes, I got it. Thank you. The UAT is just with the stakeholders, not at that point the BA don't have any requirement to deliver anymore. Yeah. I missed
No,
it.
no, the
Thank you,
BA
Alice.
roles, yeah, the BA roles doesn't end till the product is deployed, like
Yeah,
out. It's
yeah.
just yeah. So the UAT test, user acceptance testing is like, it's the last thing. And if there's some like, the VA asks the stakeholders and stuff like that, who's rep like, who's gonna be the main person or main, who will be the doing UAT testing.
Yeah.
Either it could be stakeholders or representatives. But if there's
Mm-hmm.
anything needs to be changed, the BA has to go back and forth with the developers,
Yeah.
if
Mm-hmm.
it's changeable.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay. All right. So then user acceptance testing. So who leads the user acceptance testing and how they do that? That is a question to you, Amadu.
The user, from what Hadis just said, the user as acceptance testing is still led by the BA, but it should be done by the stakeholders. The BA is also there leading the meeting.
Okay. All right. Any question for me, Brigian?
No, Shazam, thank you.
So BA is leading. So how BA do that? Like that is basically the question.
Mm, okay. How the BA do the user acceptance testing? Let's
Right.
say they are done with the user acceptance testing is definitely the final part of the project. So the BA will send a meeting invite to the stakeholders and the testers that needs to be there. They will send out a meeting invite. The BA will call all of them to a meeting, do an introduction in how do we say to the invites, like the body and stuff. The reason for the meeting is user acceptance testing, and then the BA will go ahead and um, present the whole thing like, hey, this is the end of our project. Today's our testing and all the rest. Now pass it over to the stakeholders who or the person responsible to do the user acceptance testing.
Okay. So pass it to the stakeholders. So like how?
I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if I'm
Okay,
saying it
so
right.
I'm gonna try to go over again, and Shazad, let me you could tell if I'm
Go ahead.
okay.
Go
So
ahead.
when the whole product is ready, right?
Yeah.
Before deployment, there's a final testing that is called a user accepting testing. So who does the UA like the UAT? It's the stakeholders, representatives of stakeholders. It's called UAT testers. BA works with the stakeholders and asks them to identify the user acceptance tester, the UAT testers, and he gets the list from them, and then he invites them to give them an overview of the test cases. and then the BA leads, BA leads the UAT. But there's another thing I just remembered, that QA lead is a helper to a BA to provide him needed access to the test environment. And that's how the user acceptance testing is done. That's the process of it. I don't know if I'm explaining right or wrong, but
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So now like what you understood, Amadou.
For he said the BA leads the user acceptance testing.
Right.
But before that, they need to get to the stakeholders to identify how do we say, the people that will do the UAE testing, right?
User acceptance testing. Yeah.
The user acceptance testing, like they need to get the list
Hmm.
of those people from the stakeholders. And
Right.
then when you get the list from the stakeholders, you're going to send out the invites to them for their user acceptance testing session.
no, there's
Mhm.
no invite, or
Yeah.
there
I
is.
mean, you can have a meeting, and yeah,
Yeah, you
definitely.
could. Okay, okay, okay.
How
You
you
can have a
gonna
meeting.
Yeah,
basically,
Yeah.
yeah,
if you
how
don't have a
Okay.
meeting invite, how do you get there?
exactly,
I don't know.
exactly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, so yep. So sending an invite, and then then what?
Get with them to a meeting. So because we already have the list from the stakeholders, the list of the people that will actually do the user acceptance testing. You got it from the stakeholders, and they got into the meeting. And now as a BA, you drive the meeting. I think you lead the meeting.
Right. Okay. Yep. So that was good. So again, let me uh, quickly explain the acceptance testing again.
Yeah,
Okay. So that you guys would. So what is user acceptance testing? So user acceptance testing is the last activity of the project. Okay. That
Mm-hmm.
is one thing. And then user acceptance testing like why we do the user acceptance testing. So now you are the stakeholder. Okay, now imagine that you are the stakeholder. You spent $1 million on something. Okay, that some project you invested $1 million. Okay, and that project is ready, and you have that product basically for your users. So will that not be wise that first at least test yourself so you don't get embarrassed in front of users? Because if you deployed that product for the user and user started getting like a lot of problems, then not only you gonna be embarrassed on that, but you might be losing your users, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of making a profit off of it, or instead of developing, you're gonna get like ruined on that, right? There would be a
Yeah.
negative impact. Okay, ruined will be kind of pretty harsh, but there would be a negative impact. So that's why you know before deploying anything for the users, the business stakeholders who have invested, they have to do the user acceptance testing. So they have to test with the user perspective all the functionality that will be related to user. Okay, so they have to test that before the go ahead for deployment will be like granted. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so make sense? Any question?
No.
Why there is like the UAT? So that is the answer for that. Okay, because this is like uh, the investor, the stakeholders who had invested in the product, they have to give a go ahead before the deployment for the user will happen. Okay, so that's why it's like user acceptance testing is done. So now how, then who will be user acceptance tester? The logical answer, if you understand what user acceptance testing is, would be like either they would be stakeholder or representative of the stakeholders who have the right to decide who will test that product. Certainly stakeholders who have invested the money, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So either they will. So now from the team, which I mean like a BA, developer, QA, all those like IT team, who is the person who have a closest relationship or longest relationship with the stakeholders?
The BA.
Exactly. So it
Yeah.
would be more logical for the B, and BA is also voice of users, right?
Yes.
Okay, and BA when doing the testing with the testing team, also partnering with them and testing them all the test cases which are user perspective test cases. Okay, so that user perspective test cases BA does with the testing team, that is basically BA's pre-run for the UAT. So basically that's when BA is learning the UAT, what are the test cases and what are the outcomes, and basically testing himself, okay, with the testers. Tester have definitely tested on their end, but BA is just learning that, like the testing that, getting basically same their credential, username, and all those test scripts related to the user with the user perspective, and then executing those. And those are simply like, those test cases of UAT is not something complicated, like thing. Okay, so they would be like a pretty much very simple and easy to understand. Okay, so for example, like, this is how would be the UAT test scripts. Okay, so this is the actual test scripts for user acceptance testing, that real-time document. Okay, so that is a basically template. In that template, these things already would be explained, like introduction, task, what that means. UAT is intended to test the functionality, include data, this, whatever would be that, and browser, which browser you can use it, because you are testing for the user. So basically internet browser that you will be using, if it is like a internet based, and if it is like a mobile based, then test accounts means like, these would be like user ID, common user ID will be like this, password will be, this is would the password, this, and then, the first time you use the dashboard login, we will ask to answer some security question. Means when you are first time logging in, security answer. So first phone number, answer one, that is basically answer. You have to write answer one. Best friend, answer two. Favorite color, answer three, and favorite sport team, answer three. Something like that. So to avoid answering the security question at each login, click on yes radio button, means like save it. So this is how it is being, like the instructions are being given to the users. Okay, like you are teaching a child how to use the internet. Okay, then test data. So if there is some data that you are putting to do your testing, then test would be the file of test data. you know for example, like, this is for a healthcare company. So so they would have a member ID, tax ID, or some member pin or something, some information which will be there in their basically like, that data. Okay, then these are the test scripts. Okay, task one, provide a dashboard login. Okay, so login to ABC Corp cloud dashboard, click sign in using ABC Corp ID, which is definitely you will use this ID, and then enter the username, respond to the security question. This would be, then under recognize computer, select yes to bypass
I'm
the
sorry.
security.
I'm sorry, guys. My connection dropped.
Oh, no worries. So bypass the security, do this. So user data, username, password, which you already have, you enter it. And what would be pass fail criteria? It's an existing functionality, means it's not a new functionality, it is existing. So expect a result, successfully log into ABC Corp cloud dashboard, application homepage opens in a new browser or app, start here button gets displayed, corporate information gets like, so this is the expected result. And then what next? Corporate search. So enter member pin value to the test data sheet in the step 1 and click search button. Select text ID, number corresponding the member's pin, value enter from the drop down list on September 2 field. Then expected result. Repeat for each. This is a search. So they because there were multiple like Cloud, Facet, Cosmos, and Nice. So for each members you just have to repeat. Means like you're testing multiple number, you just have to repeat that. Okay.
And exactly what is that? What are we doing right now? I know I probably missed
So
something
this
in
is
the beginning.
user. These are the test scripts basically for user acceptance testing. I'm giving you example how the
Okay.
user acceptance testing task look like.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'll share this document with you guys too. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah. So that is so simple, like but you get these test scripts from the like the QA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when the QA is doing their testing, they would have the user test cases too. So you
Okay.
just have to ask the QA, hey, can you give me that list of user test cases that you have prepared?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just have to prepare your and there might be a UAT template too, just like this. They had a UAT template. In that template, these information was already there. I just like basically added and deleted. Okay. And this information, this UAT test accounts, I got these accounts from basically QA lead. He made that account. Okay. Test account. And then test data got it from the QA, because the testing would be done in uh, mm, UAT server or testing server. So they have to create those user in there, because those user, if though there would be in there, then you can do that. If the user is not there, then you won't be able to kind of test them. Okay, you won't get access. And similarly, like test data, they would have these test data user and all their information in the system. Okay. So basically, like in a real server, like in a real like bestbuy.com, there would be the real users. Okay. But in test server or other, they create replica of those real users. Okay. So that's why you need this test data, that information, that if you need to put if you are searching some member, so you need to put that information, member ID or something, and that data is basically the test data. So basically you are getting test account created by QA, test data from QA, and these scripts from the QA. And if the QA don't have that script, then you create that script yourself. Okay. Because these are just the basically translated of translation of the requirement. Like in the requirement, as a user, I will like test this. You will like, okay, you will go to this page, log in, this. So you can create these basically, like, so in this basically, this is existing functionality, this is existing functionality, this is existing functionality, this is existing functionality. Only this little change was in this project that was happened. Okay. Test more information link on the claim detail page. So this is the user story. Okay. So even the requirement ID is like written over. So this was what happened. Okay. So there might be like few changes in there, and the rest will be existing functionality. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what UAT test scripts look like. And you, as you have the UAT user, like I'm giving you an overview that hey, in this, these are the test your like login IDs. All right, this is that data that you will put, and task one is this. You will like go to this URL, you will log in, and then click sign in, enter username password, click sign in, username password, respond to if there is ask sort of security question, ask these, put these answer in, and then save it, so that next time you will be doing going, it will not it bypass the security question. If you won't save or won't select yes, then every time it will ask those security question. Okay, so then when you will be in there on the dashboard, there will be a list of application. Okay, select application claim management or claims management. Okay, app claim management or claim management, simple. Select this and click start here button on the welcome page. Okay, so what you will see, so these like steps will let you log in, and application homepage open in a new your browser. Started button get displayed, and when you will like click on that, corporate information get displayed. Okay, so this is are the expected result, and this is existing functionality. So we didn't, which means like we didn't build this. So and why we have pass fail and existing functionality we mentioned, because our scope is only like this that we are touching. If there would be anything happens over here, that is not our project scope. Okay, so that would be like some other team will be doing. We just have to notify that, hey, login is not working. So we will not be able to proceed with until that will be working, which is mostly like pretty quick existing functionality. So already support team has that. Okay, so we have to only like the scope of this is new functionality that is being built. Okay, like for example, claim summary page should display, that is a new functionality. Okay, and in the claims summary page, what would be that search function will expect a result will be this. So it's so simple. Any question?
No.
All right, so then UAT is the last step. So again, expectation from you guys, like say on the tomorrow, expectation is that you will have like 2 to 3 projects and explain end to end your role as a BA. Okay, so that is basically like expectation that as a BA. Okay, you will have for each project your kind of role written, like for example, like as a BM I mean this is a role. First you will explain uh, the project I worked was about this. Okay, and then as a role, as a BA, my main role was to gather document requirement. I did this, and whole story end to end. Okay, so this will be like project one. So project one you can basically get any, maybe like Best Buy. Okay, and the project two maybe Wells Fargo. Okay, maybe you can, anything you can choose. Okay, Wells Fargo, investment, small businesses, like some project of the I work with the small businesses, and loan and liens, they were introducing business liens for credit, the new functionality, and I work with that team. And so now as a BA, what I did then from there, so select any project from any industry, and then you expectation is like you prepare that end-to-end role in your words, just like that. Make
Okay.
sense? Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, so that's would be it, and I want you guys to basically like do it at least 4 projects. I'm asking that prepare end-to-end BA role, and it would be in your own basically like first person account. Okay, means like you will speak it as like write it as your own, like as a BA. My main role was to gather and document the requirement. So I started the project understanding and stakeholder analysis. To understand the project, I looked at the project charter, understood high level requirement. I talked with the subject matter expert and created a business area context diagram. At the same time, when I was doing the stakeholder analysis, I got the list of the stakeholder from the project charter and spoke with them. Spoke with the project manager and asked that if he has some list. After making a list of the stakeholder, I scheduled a meeting with them, identify who is primary, who is secondary. After that, I scheduled a business requirement gathering session with them. After organizing multiple sessions, I created the business requirement document and get it signed off from the primary stakeholder. After getting the BRD, I given a walkthrough uh, to the solution team. I've given the walkthrough of that document to the solution team. So here, see, somebody who made the would give. Now that is basically, what I'm saying, that is wrong. Okay, so because then it's not like first person. Okay, so a first person account that I have given a walkthrough to the solution team, and I would all that would, should, will, is, will not be. It would be a past tense account, first person account. Okay, so that's what you will like, and then working with how you work with the developers, how would you work with the tester, and how you do the UAT. So all that's what you will like basically do, and you will do at least for four projects. So, and that is kind of must have for tomorrow.
Okay. And one more thing, can we do that meeting like an hour later, or that's gonna be an issue?
I mean, if you
Or
guys are okay, I'm okay with that. So it's up to you guys.
Amaru, are you okay with that? Or it's gonna
An hour later, that's 5 p.m.
Yes,
uh
5 Central.
yeah, 5 Central, yeah. Then it'll be 6 Eastern on mine.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay. So do you, I mean, I don't want to send you this because I want you to create your own. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are, looking that I will send you this, I'm not sending you this.
Okay.
Okay. So,
All right.
and success criteria, if you would be able to create that for four projects, then I can basically guarantee you that in next 6 to 8 weeks you will have job. How
Oh
that's
my
how,
God.
yeah,
That, that one
that's
motivates me because I really need this job. I
right,
just,
right. So because this is how much important it is to do this exercise. Okay,
yeah.
because and that's why you have to get that. I'll send you this like a session for today. So you know let's go from there. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Then.
Because sometimes I just feel like even the job are no more out there. I just be like, oh my God, am I going to be able to make it through a job? So I think
That
about
I
that.
can guarantee that you would be make through. The first thing is to getting inside the door. That is the so just keep eye on getting the job first, and
Yes.
don't do not worry about. I can guarantee you that you will basically excel at doing the job. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
you
always,
will
the
you will
first
not have
first
a
step is
problem in
always hard.
doing
Yeah.
the job. You will
Mhm.
do that, and I'll support you whenever you need it, and I'm pretty sure that after 2 3 weeks on the job you will be totally fine. You probably will
Okay.
not, initially definitely you will be scared and all that, but as 2 3 weeks will pass, and I can get every day some time to you after your work, that what you can expect and what give you the plan at that time. So you don't need to worry about at this point of time. This
Okay.
point of time, just focus to be prepared to get into the door. Interview preparation,
Yeah.
question they can ask anyone question they can ask you, and what the answer would be, and worry about that and prepare those. And that's why this exercise that you are doing, it's like kind of a basically interview preparation. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why I'm forcing you to guys to do in your first hand account, past tense. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so you will get used to when you are describing the project that I did this, I did that, and this is how it happened. So you'll
Mm-hmm.
get used to that. Okay, because
Mm-hmm.
that's how, when you have done something, that's how you explain, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you have learned something, then you don't explain like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we are basically bridging that gap. Okay, so you are explaining, so these projects that you are explaining, that's how you are basically like so you're mm, deep diving, which we already did, and basically did start to end, and that's why you know how you perform that role.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, man.
all right
Thank
then.
you.
Okay
Thank
then,
you.
bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.